Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back for another DevPro video. And it's also my 6,000 subscriber special. The deck that I'm featuring today is again a Nimble deck, just like my 3,000 subscriber special about half a year ago. Featuring the Nimbles in combination with a Forgotten Ocean or Capital / Lemuria. So I thought that picking up the deck again for my 6,000 subscriber special is like the perfect opportunity, but I made some minor changes, and also this time there is much more shenanigans involved with, for example, the release of Tidal and Herald of Fateful Light. I have a lot of duels ready, so let's get it started. So my first opponent is playing Dark Worlds, and I do believe I get to start. I'm not sure. Yeah, I get to start, and looking at my hand, I can already get that Obelisk to the field, but at that moment I don't know what deck he's playing, so I think first an Obelisk is not that great. Just in case if my opponent is playing like Mermails, the easy Catester for example. He's just going to normal summon his Snow, so I know that he's playing Dark Worlds at the moment, and Obelisk is pretty solid against Dark World. Their only out is like Dark Hole. I draw into the Swap Frog so I can start the shenanigans. Also, I also had the Tidal in hand, which I activate now by discarding the Swap. And yeah, with Tidal sending the Angler from my deck to the grave to trigger it and special summon more Nimbles to the field, and now get an easy Obelisk out. I was expecting the Trek, but even with the Tragodia, he pretty much does not have an out at the moment for the Obelisk. As I said, pretty much only a Dark Hole if you're playing playing Dark Worlds. I do have a Treeborn Engrave and a lovely enemy controller, so let's take that Tragodia, special summon the Treeborn again, and make the Tragodia a level 2 with the Angler Engrave. That lets me exceed for Daigusto Phoenix, that is. Then special summon the Tidal that's in my graveyard by banishing 2 Nimbles, and summon the Chaos just in case it's like Spirit Rebirth for some random reason. And yeah, just attack for game. Even the Gorse does not save him this time. Yeah, this was just pretty ridiculous, but much more duels coming. My second opponent is playing Constellars. I think I get to start. Yeah, and looking at my hand, this is pretty ridiculous. Opening with Foolish, Tidal, Angler in hand. So Foolish, the first Angler, special summon 2 Nimbles from my deck. Then activate Tidal's effect, discarding the Angler from my hand and sending another Angler from my deck to the grave. So both Anglers trigger, special summon more Nimbles to the field. And this already sets up the Daigusto play or a Herald of Fateful Light play. So I get that 5th water monster in my graveyard, special summon the Moving Glaze. So now I see that he's playing Constellars, make Gachi to end my turn. So I think pretty much Dark Hole, again, this is only out to the field unless he can make some exceed plays. But even then I have a Tidal set up in the grave. Yeah, Storm is back row, and yeah, immediately concedes the duel. So again, a really short game. Game 3 of the video, my opponent is playing D-Heroes / Destiny Heroes. My opening hand is pretty decent, not making huge plays yet. Do have the Tidal in hand for a possible Angler sent to the grave from my deck. Just going to set the Sunfish, they will pretty much always attack into it. Normal summons is Diamond Tooth, so I know that he's playing like Diamond Tooth or D-Hero variant of the deck. This is perfect, he attacks the Sunfish, so the Angler is sent to the grave. Special summoning 3 Nimbles to the field, 1 with the Sunfish and 2 with the Angler. My turn again. I believe I draw into the Swap Frog. It was not needed, but drawing into Swap Frog with this deck, it makes just a lot more plays open, or yeah, you can do a lot more plays if you have the Swap. I also had the Tidal, so sending the Angler from my deck to the grave was also a possibility here. So making some shenanigans with the Herald, also with Daigusto Phoenix, get that 5th water monster from my as exceed material to my grave to special summon the Moving Glaze, discard 2 cards, special summon another Daigusto Phoenix, activate its effect and special summon the Tidal just in case, or yeah, making sure that I can push for a game unless Gorse again. So he does not have a response, as we can see here. This is again GG. All in all, pretty derp. Alright, so the next game of the video, I think my opponent is playing Elemental Dragons. Yeah, my opponent is playing Elemental Dragons, so switch the views. He gets to start. Don't know what deck he was playing at the moment, so I see the 7-star sword, so he's obviously playing like, I think, a pretty much standard Elemental Dragon deck. Although he does not play it very smart, he obviously just has to enter the Dragosec. But there's the moment that I saw that he's playing Elemental Dragons, I need to get my Light and Darkness Dragon to the field as fast as I can, so special summon a few Nimbles to the field and get that Light and Darkness Dragon to the field. Maybe I should have Tribute the Sunfish here, just in case he's able to attack over it. Sunfish will trigger in the grave, and then the Light and Darkness Dragon will activate, so this was not the smartest move on my part. But he does not attack it, so which is fine, I guess. So attack again for 1000. He does have a Gorse, so that's already a negation less that I can use against his Elemental Dragons. But now in his turn he does need to waste a lot of cards to get that Light and Darkness Dragon to 800 attack. So he's going to activate the DDR, activate the Redux, banishing multiple Elemental Dragons, and also activate their effects. And I think he's just going to end with the Gorse in hand and the Blaster on the field, which is going to, he's going to special summon it now. So he special summoned the Blaster, and then he's just going to attack over the Light and Darkness Dragon, which is not a problem since I do get to special summon another Nimble from my grave back to the field, and we all know, thanks to Herald of Fateful Light, I can just recycle the Light and Darkness Dragon. So all in all, pretty derp. So this should be game. But yeah, we know he has a Gorse in hand, so I have to recycle the Light and Darkness Dragon. So top deck into the Foolish activates, sending the Angler to the field, and that also lets me special summon the Mooling Glaze, discard the Gorse, special summoning both Tidals, make Daigusto Phoenix, and then I build Tribute for Chaos to banish his Blaster. So again, pretty derpy. And beating Elemental Dragons in the process is always pretty sweet, since the deck is pretty much, I think, the best deck of the upcoming format. My opponent is playing Madolchis, as you can see, and my opening hand again is ridiculous. Opening with Swap, Angler, Tidal, special summon the Swap, so discarding the Angler, special summoning both Nimbles and sending the Treebone to the grave. Then activate the Tidal, discard another water monster, and send an Angler from my deck to the grave to special summon more Nimbles. Then activate, then Exceed for the Herald. Immediately special summon Mooling Glaze. But he already scooped, so yeah, again, a really short game, just to show the power of the Nimbles, the combination with Tidal and Herald. Here my opponent is playing Mermails, and my opening hand is pretty decent, again with the swap with the Stream. Stream is also pretty sweet, since Stream also triggers Angler. So again, special summon the Swap Frog, sending the Treebone to the grave and special summoning both Nimbles from my deck. Bounce the Swap Frog and then special summon it again by getting that Ronin to the grave, so pretty much set up the grave and mill my deck for the dead frogs. Get that Light and Darkness Dragon to the field for some early advantage. And now I see that he's playing Mermail, so I'm looking at his hand, he pretty much does not have an immediate out for the Light and Darkness Dragon, so he's just going to set his Mermail, then passes back to my turn. Draw into the Chaos, not going to do anything, just attack over his monster. Probably a second Linde, but it obviously isn't. His next draw is an Avarice, so again a dead card on his part. He does have some cards to waste or to get that Light and Darkness Dragon pretty much. To force some extra negations with the Heavy Storm and also the MST set. So not going to do anything, just attack and get some more damage in and just grind on that Light and Darkness Dragon. The MSTs, so I do some damage with the Lad. Again, end my turn. I don't think I have to do anything, I'm pretty much set up for the game. He top decks into a Marksman, so he's able to attack over the Light and Darkness Dragon. Marksman trigger, special summoning Dragoons, and then Light and Darkness Dragon special summons, I believe, the Sunfish from my grave, and he does make the mistake by attacking the Sunfish, so Sunfish activates, special summoning another Sunfish from my deck and sending the Angler to the grave, special summoning more Nimbles to the field. So this pretty much already makes an Obelisk live. And this is pretty much perfect since I drew into a Mooling Glacia. And yeah, during the semi-phase, special summon the Treeborn and activate enemy control, take over his Dragoons, exceed for the Herald, get that powerful Light and Darkness Dragon back to my hand, and send another useless card from my deck to the grave, from my hand back to the deck, exceed for Daigusto Phoenix, and then I have room to special summon the Mooling Glacia, activate Daigusto Phoenix for the 2 attack for the double attacker, and pretty much seal the deal with Light and Darkness Dragon. So this indeed is something something ridiculous because of the Nimbles and the spam of the rank 2 exceeds. So mainly Daigusto Phoenix and Herald. Herald is pretty nice to recycle cards like Light and Darkness Dragon or even Obelisk. Alright, so the next duel of the video, my opponent is playing a Piper deck. His opening hand is not that great. Yeah, pretty much always Piper needs to open with Mystic Piper. Looking at my opening hand, at the moment I didn't know what deck he was playing, so I opened with all the Anglers. So let's get that Obelisk to the field and just say to my opponent like, here is Obelisk, get rid of it. I hope you have Dark Hole. So special summon pretty much all my Nimbles from my deck to the field and get that Ronin into the grave and pretty much set up a Ronin for the Obelisk now. So special summon the Ronin from my grave and tribute 3 cards for Obelisk. Not going to exceed just yet since I didn't know what he was playing, so I want to make sure not make any mistake or misplay. And then in main phase 2, exceed for Gachi Gachi. And as you see here, it does have double creature swap in hand. So if I didn't went for the Gachi and he somehow got rid of both Nimbles, he would have been able to creature swap my Obelisk, and creature swap does not target. Although he has an out in the form of Black Rose Dragon. But as we know, we play Herald of Fateful Light to recycle the Obelisk. So let's get some more Nimbles to the field and the swap. Special summon the Herald of, I mean, yeah, not Orange Light, but the Fateful Light. And yeah, sending that swap frog from my hand back to the deck. And that's also why the Herald of Fateful Light is pretty sweet for regular frog monarchs. Like, you can send your useless Treeborn or frogs from your hand back to the deck. Yeah, to change or to get a tribute back from your grave. He drops Vader, which is fine, I guess. So I put that Herald into attack to attack over his Vader, and Obelisk attacks directly. He needs to top deck something good to get over the field. Again, pretty much Dark Hole is his only out here, and yeah, he again immediately scoops up his cards. Alright, my next opponent is playing 6 Samurai. I think I get to start again, and looking at that opening hand is again really nice. I can make first turn Mooling Glacia, I believe, yeah. But at the moment, again, don't know what deck he was playing, so let him believe that I'm just playing like a regular Frog Monarch deck. Normal summon the swap and get the Treeborn to the grave. His turn, he plays Duel in his 6 Samurai. He's not going to set anything, thinking that he is going to survive next turn, since yeah, he's probably thinking that I'm just playing a regular Frog Monarch build. So get that Tidal to the grave and to trigger the Angler. Get the Nimbles to the field. Special summon the Herald. Get an Angler from my grave back to my hand and send the useless Nimble, I think, back to the deck. Special summon the Angler again by discarding it for the swap. Both triggers, so send the useless swap from my deck to the grave and special summon, I think, my last Nimbles. Then exceed for Daigusto Phoenix. Special summon the Ronin. Exceed for another Daigusto Phoenix, and I think I activate this effect to get that Mooling Glacia live. Discard 2 cards. Activate my second Daigusto Phoenix, and unless again Gore's Vader or Tragodia, this again is the game. So again, some pretty derby combinations. Yeah, again, GG. Alright, the next duel, I think it's the... Yeah, no, I have 2 duels ready. My opponent is playing spellbooks, but like a 56 card spellbook deck. It does not matter since, again, as you look at my, if you look at the opening hand, opening with Tidal, the Sunfish, drawing to the swap. The swap is not needed since I do have Tidal in combination with Sunfish. So activate Tidal, discard the Sunfish, and send the Sunfish, not the Sunfish, I mean the Angler from my hand and deck to the grave. So both Angler trigger, special summoning 4 Nimbles to the field. Then special summon the Herald, get the Angler back and send a useless card from my hand back to the deck. Exceed for Daigusto and special summon the Swap and discard the Angler from my hand to the grave. So both trigger send the Treeborn from my deck to the graveyard and special summon, I think, my last Nimbles to the field. Exceed for another Daigusto Phoenix and special summon the Mooling Glacia, discarding 2 cards. And yeah, again, if he does not play, or unless Gorse, yeah, even with Gorse, Tragodia or Fader are his only outs. But yeah, last duel of the video. My opponent is playing some kind of wind-up Utopia deck, like the Sexual Weapon deck. He's just going to normal summon Wind-up Ribbit, and again, looking at that opening hand, it's just ridiculous. Like, normal summon the swap again, activating the Foolish by sending the Angler to the grave, so Angler trigger, special summoning both Nimbles from my deck. So let's make a Mooling Glacia live and try to push for game. Exceed for the first Daigusto Phoenix activates effect, so that's puts, I think, the 5th water monster in the graveyard. Special summon the Mooling Glacia, discarding 2 cards from his hand. Yeah, special summon the Ronin, and indeed he concedes the duel since I'm just going for the 2nd Daigusto Phoenix and push for game. Anyway, GG. Let's see the deck list of the video. The deck is stupid fast and it has a lot of combinations to get your engine going, like Swap Frog, Tidal, Stream, etc. All trigger Angler. And the deck is, yeah, the deck can easily support multiple Light and Darkness dragons, and also, of course, Obelisk. Plus, they can also be recycled with Herald of Fateful Light, which can easily be special summoned with Swap Frog, Ronin, and the Nimbles. 3 Mooling Glacia is also just like a rape fest in here. You can easily get 5 Water Monsters in the grave, and thanks to Tidal and Ronin, you can easily get control over your graveyard. Yeah, also the rank 2 Exceed that is coming out in the new booster set, Judgment of the Light. All in all, it's a pretty nice card for Frog Monarchs. It just acts like a mini Messier 7, and it's easily special summoned with with Swap and Ronin to recycle your boss monsters and put like useless Nimbles or useless frogs from your hand back to your deck. So the card is pretty solid. Yeah. Alright, that's it. So guys, thanks for the continued support, and as always, feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lead them signing out. Peace!